What up, bad bitches? It's your girl Samantha. I am here today to have a little bit of a one-on-one quick little bit of history behind the Lions Gate portal that is going to be opening, that is open today, sorry, and kind of give you a bit of a rundown on its history, where it came from, etc. So I'm just going to dive right into it. So it's a bright star in our sky, the brightest one, and it shines nearly 25 times more brilliantly than the sun, to say the least. In astrology, it's known as the spiritual sun, and it's a symbol of divine purpose, higher consciousness, devotion, and the sacred mission we all carry within ourselves. It touches ancient wisdom, spiritual service, and the deep calling of the soul. Each year, after its conjunction with the sun, Sirius ends its 2-week invisibility and rises again in the sky. Kind of like we do when we go through personal hardships. For ancient civilizations, it wasn't just an astronomical event. It was a sign of divine order, abundance, and rebirth. In ancient Egyptian cosmology, Sirius was the timekeeper of life and the gateway of rebirth. And the star of the goddess Isis, it was a rising, marked the flood of the Nile and the return of the fertility to the land. It was considered the true beginning of the year. Remember that. And a moment when cosmic memory returned to Earth and life energy flowed back into hearts. So this is where, I get into the whole thing about, putting out good things into the world, being a good person, having compassion, leading with love, and just knowing that we are a world that runs on electric charges. So if you are giving out a negative charge, you are going to be getting one back, because it's what people say, you reciprocate what you're given. So basically it's like, if you're going to give me bad energy and bad attitude, etc., I'm going to be doing the exact same thing back, right? So basically, I see it as we need to just really remember who we are supposed to be as people, and truly deep down we know that it's people that have heart, who care about their neighbor, who want to know how a person's doing when they don't look how they normally do, and just taking the time to ask them what's wrong, even if you don't really want to. It's just the right thing to do. Anyway, kind of just going into a little bit of good personal quality 101, I guess. But let's get back into this. So in mystical teachings, Sirius is seen as a cosmic gateway through which energy and consciousness beyond our solar system streams into ours. It is associated with divine wisdom, sacred feminine energy, and deep spiritual remembrance. The rising of Sirius is still considered a portal of divine light by many spiritual traditions, a time for awakening the soul, remembering our truth, and realigning with the rhythms of the cosmos. This isn't just a star in the sky. It's a call to remember your own light, your roots, and your mission, and why you're here as a person. August 8th marks the rising of Sirius, known as the Lions Gate portal, as the sun stands in Leo and aligns with the earth and Sirius. This moment, it is recognized as both a symbolic and energetic gateway. Numerology 8/8 is known as a sacred passage in ancient teachings. The number 8 represents infinity, eternal circles, and the unending flow between spirit and matter. Pardon me. 88 symbolizes a powerful portal where high frequencies can take root in the physical realm, an invitation to embody abundance, presence, and the memory of your infinite nature. 8/8 marks a threshold for renewal, rebirth, divine remembrance, and expanded awareness. This portal invites us to call the sacred mission and ancient wisdom of our soul back into the body. While the sun's light in Leo ignites your heart with courage, serious spiritual frequency lifts your prayers and intentions to a higher consciousness. This cosmic alignment builds a bridge between the vibration of your words and the truth of your heart. So speak what's in your heart out loud today. Create a quiet moment and write your intentions. Offer your words to the water, the sky, the earth, and don't hide what your heart wants to say in prayer. When setting intentions, stay open to infinite possibilities, you guys. Speak with gratitude and sincerity, because every intention voiced during this portal is encoded into the universe. It's like a star. Every word becomes a seed of light. It is something you plant and watch grow. Remember, the words that you say are a big impact on how your everyday goes, even not just your life, but your everyday. All right, now I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a personal ritual that you can do to claim your cosmic throne back, Queen. First, you'll need 1 gold or deep plum candle. Purple works just as fine as long as you, put your heart into it and believe this is going to happen for you. I'm telling you, it will work. You just got to have the magic in you. You guys, that stuff that we forgot about as we got older. Yeah, it's definitely still in us, and I know that you can pull it out. So let's do this. Your journal and your pen, and then we're going to do a small crystal like pyrite or clear quartz. This is just optional. You guys don't have to put a crystal with your ritual. And then I want you guys to have some uplifting music, good beats for manifestation. You can also do frequency sounds as well. You can look those up on YouTube. They have a lot of good ones. You can even look in frequencies, like frequencies for abundance, frequencies for, love, etc. And then I want you to, this is going to be like how I want you guys to set up your space, basically. Dim your lights and light your candle. Maybe add some incense or essential oils. That definitely helps me when I'm doing it. Center your energy. Really, really big, you guys. You need to make sure that you have no distractions around. If you have pets or something, just make sure that you're in a separate room with the door shut so that your focus is completely on this. You don't want to have anything distracting. And then you're going to want to take 8 deep breaths. So, right, like 8, the infinity, Lionsgate magic, And then write your future into existence, boo. Like 8 things you can do, whatever you're feeling. If it's only 4 that you can come up with, that's fine. I just want you to write something. But I would say list at least 8 things that you're calling in as if they've already happened. So, example would be, I am thriving in my creative business. 2, my podcast is attracting thousands of aligned listeners. Visualize, close your eyes, and see yourself living each of these desires. Feel it as if it's real right this second, you guys. Like, I don't want, no, just the magic. I know you got it. Take deep breaths, center yourself, and imagine you are literally living that life in that exact moment. And then you're going to want to seal it. This is really important. Place your crystal on top. Like I said, this isn't important. Like if you don't have a crystal, that's fine. But you just want to say it out loud. What I would do if you don't have a crystal is cover your heart. And then with your list, put your list over your heart and then put your hand over your list, right? So your hands are over your list, that is over your chest. And then you're going to say your affirmation out loud 3 times. And the affirmation that I have for you guys, you don't have to do mine. This is just what I'm giving you. You're more than welcome to go and find your own or whatever you would like to do. But I step boldly into my highest timeline, guided and supported by the universe. I fully trust the universe, and I am forever grateful to the universe. Okay, and then keep the list somewhere sacred, or you can burn it. That's really up to you to release it to the universe. Either one is good. So fire, that equals action energy. So If you can do that, then that would be great, but definitely make sure we're doing it safely, everyone. So that would be what I have for you guys for rituals for the Lionsgate portal. Just a little bit of information, where it came from, what it's all about, and what you can do to fully take advantage of it on this very magnetic and very special day. I love you, boo. Keep going. You fucking got this. Okay, now we are going to get into the Aquarius full moon. This full moon is taking place on August 9th, so tomorrow, and a profound energy takes center stage in the celestial dance of the full moon of Aquarius. Full moons are always a moment of culmination, a time of realization, an opportunity to harvest the intentions we set about 6 months ago. Emotions intensify, truths that yearn to surface reveal themselves. Perhaps it's thoughts that you've suppressed, or truths you've refused to see. The moon illuminates not just the sky, but the depths of your subconscious. So yes, the moon is, like I've said in my earlier videos, that it is what you feel with. So your moon signs, like we talked about in the big three, that is going to be what you feel with. Aquarius invites you to think differently and step beyond the confines of convention. And in this phase, fresh ideas, inner awakenings, inspiration that speaks to your heart may be abound. And known as the innovator of the zodiac, this air sign is both rebellious, individual, and a visionary, serving the collective, rational, impartial, and forward-thinking. Aquarius initiates waves. It hurdles great transformations, you guys. So very, very good and very, very big when it comes to emotions and energy during this time. It's Aquarius might seem cold or distant at times, yet the truth that Aquarius transcends emotions to perceive their larger picture, which a lot of us tend not to see. So this full moon grants you the same power, and it's a chance to reassess your relationships, your values, and the sense of belonging. And are you still looking in the same direction, or have your paths begun to verge in a different one than the one that you're used to? This full moon is your annual beacon, and this time it's profoundly deeper. The new moon on January 29th was the first cycle with Pluto in its orbit over the past 6 months. What have you left behind, and what new directions have you embraced? Because I know I sure have gone through a hell of a lot in the last 6 months, you guys. Like, honestly, like, crazy, but I've actually come out better on the other side, and I have so many goals and so many aspirations. Like, it was just crazy to see how much things had changed in the last 6 months. So, but the celestial pause is going to be what confronts you with the transformation from who you are and who you can become. So just remember this, like, you know, it's all about what you feel inside, and that's where the self-love is so important, and that's why we're going to do all of these workshops and, you know, talk about all these different things like insecurities and what made you, you know, shrink into somebody that you didn't recognize anymore, because we've all gone through it. So Uranus definitely plays a role in the realms of happiness and destiny, and this could bring sudden revelations about love as well. So creativity or personal expression as well is an option. And then something within you is definitely breaking open. But this fracture is just a path to draw closer to your true essence. And no longer do you wear masks, and you carry your heart proudly. So remember, as you step forward, the cosmos is in retrograde flow. Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and Mercury are all in retrograde right now, while the Aquarius full moon calls you to carve your own path, and Saturn's retrograde is rewriting the rules, and this blend sets the stage for challenges, confrontations, and difficult fucking conversations, all right? Yes, you fucking heard it. These are exactly the things to avoid during Mercury's retrograde. I have a hard time with saying that word, I swear. But moreover, the asteroid ℏ𝔬 is active during the full moon, and ℏ𝔬 is the guardian of vibrational and plant healing. So during this full moon, she offers a healing touch that renews us on an energetic level, directly touching our hearts, baby, okay? And this energy helps us remember our inner strength and draws from feminine wisdom, connecting with subtle vibrations of the body. So if your body feels weary or if you feel drained, this full moon offers you a divine space to cleanse and heal yourself. You might attend maybe like a sound bath or explore maybe some flower essence or herbal infusions, maybe burning some incense. Charge your crystals and place them on parts of your body that need attention. So say you're having say you're going through a heartbreak. Put something over your heart chakra. If you're, having a lot of mental fatigue, then, put one on your crown chakra, etc. This energy helps us remember our inner strength. Yes. And it does so much for us. So don't forget that. Okay, guys, this is important. So that's why I'm going to be giving you the ritual and everything that you can do and your affirmations you can say for this full moon. You can nourish yourself with colors of nature, definitely. And if you tend to a garden, you meditate, or if you whisper your intentions into a glass of water, I'm sure you guys have heard this before, but I'll say it 100 times over. This is a really good way to manifest what you want your life to be. The path to healing are many, you guys, and all you need to do is believe in yourself and tune back into wisdom of your body, which we lose because we're so caught up in the day-to-day that we put these things on the back burner when really they are the main focus. So just remember to slow down a little bit, feel and remember that you are important, and so is your spiritual health. Okay, you guys, so the full moon in Aquarius, your ritual for this is going to be illuminate your higher version of baddie, baby. So you're going to be doing innovation, community, liberation, and emotional clarity. Your ritual steps are going to be, you're going to cleanse your space. Either you're going to burn sage, Palo Santo, or use incense to clear stagnant energy out of that bitch. And then 2, you're going to want your moon water charging. So you're going to place a jar of filtered water outside or on a windowsill to soak in the moonlight overnight. Okay. And then you're going to write your release list. So on a piece of paper, you're going to list your habits, your thought patterns, or emotional blocks that you're ready to let the fuck go of. All right. See ya. And then for your Aquarius meditation, you're going to sit quietly and you're going to visualize and then quiet. So nothing, no babies, no dogs, no nothing, you guys. If you got a husband, tell him to watch the kids for 2 minutes. And if not, well, make sure that baby's quiet because, mama's got to be doing her meditation, all right? So make sure that you visualize the future where you're fully stepped into your most authentic self and free of limitations. And then for your candle, you're going to light a white or electric blue candle to symbolize clarity and forward thinking. I know blue is a little bit hard to find, but once my shop is up and running, don't worry, ladies, I'm going to have you all set up with your own baddie ritual kits. You can buy all of these items as well singly. I'm going to offer that too, so you don't have to buy the whole ritual kits, because we know that, not a ritual kit is going to be what everybody needs at that moment. So sometimes you just need a candle or you need soap. Whatever the case may be, I will have you covered. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And I promise I'll be giving some more information on that in my episode later today. And so for your last step, you're going to, the next day, drink, I forgot to tell you, for your, candle, you're gonna, as it burns, read your release list out loud, and then you're gonna safely burn the paper to send your intentions to the universe. And then now the next day, you're gonna drink a small amount of moon water while affirming your new vision, baby, all right? So the affirmation that I have for you, like I said, these don't have to be the ones that you choose. You're more than welcome to change it and pick your own. But I release the past and I boldly step into my highest, most authentic future. And trust me when I tell you that these truly do work. I'm telling you, I have tried everything, in my life, over the years to get to a point where I felt good mentally and everything else, and nothing worked, going to the gym and all that. Yeah, it helped a little bit, but this is what has totally changed my life, my everything. So I just hope that maybe, trying these yourself if you haven't ever before. If you have, that's awesome. I'm glad that you're here tuning in and checking out what I have to offer in that sense. But if it's your first time, I am just so excited to share that with you. And I want to know these stories. I want to know if, what we've done together has worked for you. Like, I want you guys to let me know all the stories. If you just need somebody to talk to, I'm here for you. So that would be our Aquarius full moon baby. So yeah, definitely illuminate your higher vision, and we'll head on to the next one. All right, guys. So as the sky retreats and the echoes behind your words begin to swell, those old phrases that bounce off the walls of your mind and that carry you but cannot say, now they are summoned not to the stage but to your heart. From July 19th to August 12th, Mercury retrograde in Leo, marking a time where outward expression meets the silence within. As the lights turn inward, a whisper is going to rise from within you, and it's going to say, what do you truly wish to convey in your life? You may find yourself going back and forth between the desire to reveal yourself and the longing to uncover the depths of your being. And perhaps for the first time, you're going to feel the need to listen more than to speak to your heart, to the inner call. This is going to be a retrograde that confronts you with your intentions rather than your words, like I've said, what you do and not what you say. Expressions may be overshadowed, but the meaning definitely deepens, and every glance, every silence, and, it's going to speak volumes more than words in this period, okay? So when words are left unsaid, they find a way to be heard again. And with Mercury's retrograding, going on as well, and an interceptive voice emerges in the realm of relationships. The bridges you've built with those close to you may be tested, words may falter, and our old phrases may echo once more. We don't know. It's hard to say. This could vary for people, right? And on the path you walked, past disagreement may appear, but this isn't a conflict. It's a dissolution and a cleansing of an opportunity to understand more deeply, and it's a time to focus not on being misunderstood, but on how you express yourself. Now, true intimacy, it lies not in being right, everybody, but in sharing sincerely and just, admitting when you are, wrong, and knowing when you're right is just, you got to know when to do it and when to just leave it alone, right? So if you encounter someone from whom you've parted ways, it's definitely no coincidence, and it may be a call for an inner cycle to complete. And if you're working with someone, patience and open communication will be crucial than ever right now. So for somebody's bond, for sometimes a bond reflects not just gains, but also the values that define you. And this retrograde takes you not only to your relationships, but also to the root of these connections, and to remember who you let into your life and what you forgave and what you postponed, because sometimes the deepest bonds grow not in words, but in silence. And the door to the past may creak open during this process. Unfinished conversations, old friendships, a familiar gaze from years gone by, maybe a message, a dream, a melody, all could appear to remind you of the missing piece within. Hidden longings, postponed ideas, suppressed desires, they emerge not to be seen, but to be freed. And this inner return may prompt you to question your appearance, your style, or your relationships. But remember, your desire for change comes from not outside, you guys, but from within. This process is a loyalty to your inner voice, and it takes precedence over the need to stand out. And Mercury's retrograde in Leo reminds you not only of communication, but also of the roots of your being. And at the end of the journey, words give way to a silent understanding. You don't need to explain, for you have already heard. The most powerful sentence is the one never spoken. And that would be our Mercury retrograde in Leo, baby. All right, guys, and now we're going to be talking about what's happening on August 12th. This is Venus and Jupiter. They come together in Cancer for the first time since 2002. So, in fact, this meeting was meant to happen 12 years ago, but because Venus was retrograde that year, it never did. Jupiter always seeks to give, to uplift, and to connect the soul with higher values. It governs abundance, good karma, marriage, children, and social respect. Venus, on the other hand, is ruler of earthly pleasures, love, relationships, art, aesthetics, and the power to fully feel life's beauty. This is so important. I feel like a lot of people miss out on just how truly beautiful the world is. Every time I leave my house, I see it. When these two benefice planets align in the same sign, their energies don't conflict, they merge. And this meeting aligns with one of the brightest stars in the night sky, Sirius, like we talked about earlier. Sirius is an ancient fixed star associated with clarity, success, and even spiritual awakening. The conjunction of Venus and Jupiter in Cancer alongside Sirius feels like a double blessing from the cosmos, baby. Okay, so we know that this is hot and fiery, so let's get into it. As the awareness of the full moon clears away mental fog, this conjunction gently whispers to you, it's time to take action. Don't just dream it, you guys. Live it. The universe is supporting you now. This moment may bring emotional deepening in relationships, new beginning, and financial opportunities. Okay, I like the sounds of this. It's a perfect time to wish from the heart and truly feel it. But remember, this is not only a time to wish for miracles, you guys, but when life offers us beautiful openings, they must be met with the right steps, with a clear heart, aligned action, and an honest discipline. Now, together with the sky, it's your time to open your heart, take the step, and invite this powerful energy into your life. This is the kind of celestial meeting that makes us ask, will it come again? So feel it, remember it, and set your intentions, please. Because this sky opens exactly where your heart beats. And for the Mercury retrograde, Venus and Jupiter, I don't have any rituals or affirmations, so that would be up to you guys for this one if you're feeling it. I think that what's really important is the Aquarius full moon and the Lionsgate portal to do rituals for. So obviously set your intentions regardless, write these on paper, but yeah. So on to the next one, which is going to be Mercury's retrograde that is concluding on August 11th. This is where words begin to find their place, thoughts are going to flow with greater clarity, and expressing what's in your heart becomes a bit easier. And if you struggled to articulate your feelings over the past few weeks, and if old chapters have reopened unexpectedly, or if you found yourself in a constant state of wait and see, know that you are not alone. The universe may have paused you in areas like seeking the spotlight, showcasing your creativity, or expressing your inner passion. Not to hinder you, but to gently guide you towards a new path. Trust me, this is all good for you, as much as it might feel uncomfortable because it's not in your comfort zone. These are all things that we need to do to grow as a person. But now it's time to pause and reflect. And since July 18th, what has challenged you the most? What words did you hold back? And where did you feel like you were too much and then you stepped back? Unacceptable. And then within these questions, it's going to lie a sign. Perhaps the universe was urging you to change your course at precisely these moments. And now as Mercury moves forward in Leo, your inner voice regains its strength. Your creativity can flow freely and your heart can speak openly and your plans can crystallize. Gather your courage and write down your dreams, you guys. It's so important, and believe in yourself because we all deserve to have a absolutely out of this world life. Have that long awaited conversation and just let yourself be seen without silencing your heart, because I know a lot of us do that because we want to think rationally and with our heads and not our hearts. They always teach us to do that, but it's not the right way for us to do things, because now you're not too much, right? And you're just right on time if you start to have that type of mindset. So a new period begins where you make peace with yourself. Remember this, and your words carry you forward. Happy Mercury retrograde in Leo, baby. All right, and this is going to be our last little discussion for what we've got coming up here, guys, okay? So this would be our Chiron retrograde. So let me give you a little bit of a breakdown of what and who that is, just like I did with Sirius in the beginning there. So let's just dive into it. Healing is not a straight path, and it isn't linear. It pauses, repeats, and changes shapes as you grow as a person. And on July 30th, 2025, Chiron stations retrograde and will continue its journey until January 2nd, 2026. Known as the wounded healer, Chiron, retracing its steps through Aries, holds up a mirror, not to relieve the pain, but to recognize who you are beyond it. Who would you be without your wound? And can you carry the wisdom of what you've lived through without clinging to the hurt? Would you still be the same you with the same dreams and the same path that you're on right now? In Greek mythology, Chiron was unlike the other centaurs, wild and impulsive by nature, raised by Apollo and Artemis. He became a symbol of cultivated wisdom, a healer, an astrologer, and definitely a teacher to many heroes. Achilles among one of them. And yet, despite all of his knowledge, he couldn't heal the wound he received from Hercules' poisoned arrow. Immortal, he chose to live with that pain, and it wasn't his downfall, it was his path. In some versions of the myth, he gives up his immortality to free Prometheus and is placed among the stars by Zeus. This is a Chiron's myth, and maybe it echoes yours. Carrying pain doesn't make you broken, it means you chose to grow with it, and that makes you radiant. That's what Chiron's retrograde is often seen as, a time to revisit old wounds and not to reopen them, but to work with them consciously, compassionately. Many artists and writers know how to turn their grief or anger into a creative fire, and that kind of transformation is never random, you guys. It's alchemy. This is turning pain into magic, okay? And to transform pain is to give it a new form. During this retrograde, find a channel that feels true to you. Write, paint, sew, like anything, you guys. Design, build, doesn't matter what you choose, okay? I just want you to do something, and as long as it's yours. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be perfectly you, okay? That's what's important here. And then also it's during this retrograde where healing isn't just about getting better. It's about remembering how to create and how to make meaning, not from the cause of pain, but from becoming that which follows, who you are becoming because of it, right? And this is when the story begins to belong to you again. When you rise from the place where you fell, and when you whisper, I am not what happened to me, and you are not just the betrayed, and you're not just the abandoned. Yes, the pain shaped you, but it cannot define you, and your identity is greater than the wounds that you carry and brighter than your breaking points. And when you realize that, a new version of you begins to emerge, one that wants to live again, and one that wants to love and to dream and to grow. And Chiron retrograde isn't just about seeing your own pain. It's about making space for the pain of others too, you guys. This is so fucking important. And I don't know how to say it any other way than I just need you guys to really go forward with love, because you just don't know who's hurting and what they're hurting from. When you stop judging your own hurt, you're going to begin to recognize the silent struggles in others, and it's going to be life-changing for you. And you're going to notice that harshness often hides old grief, and that the distance, it can be a shield for unhealed wounds, the ones that react to the most and may just be trying to protect what's still tender underneath them, right? So that's what real empathy is, you guys. To know pain personally and to recognize it in someone else's silence, and to choose compassion instead of judgment. So take this time to look at what you've been through and how your wounds have shaped your view of love and of safety and of hope. And in doing so, I hope that you hold yourself gently and hold yourself softly, And just know that you are not broken and that you're becoming, okay? And just love yourself because I love you. Happy Chiron retrograde. I know that it's a little bit late that we're talking about this, but I didn't have my page at the time, but I felt that this one was very important to still discuss because, you know, we got to love ourselves, and this is a really big and very good story. I feel like that needed to be told about where he had come from and things like that. But I hope that this made you feel something and that it resonated with you. And if it did, please like, share, and follow. Show your girl some support, and let's continue this cosmic baddie spiritual adventure together, because you know, every day is another day that we can heal just a little bit more. So remember, I love you, and to stay sassy and fucking classy, baby. I'll see you later today with my now third sass and the sacred baby. And I wanted to also let you guys know that I'm also going to be naming my shop Eclipse and Essence. So stay tuned for the shop drop, as I'm still working on making product for everybody. But we are definitely on the way of completing at least a few things and that first ritual kit for the giveaway. So stay tuned with all that information, and only the people that are following the Sacred Fam are going to be eligible for receiving that free gift. So yeah, you're going to want to watch for that code drop, baby. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.